Is you ready, my brother? Step up to this mic and let's get it.
Make some noise for Domes, y'all. Make some noise.
Hey everybody, my name's not Doms. It's Domes.
What is that? Domes Gauge is dope, but like...
That boy is good.
What's up, guys? Domes Gauge here, and we're back. Back for another episode of Off the Dome with Domes Gauge. Episode 14, I believe. We just keep piling them up. They just keep stacking on top of each other. And one day there's going to be like 100 or 200. And I don't know why. I was thinking, like, when I put out these episodes, they don't always... You know what? Before I get into any of that, make sure to hit the like button. Go down and subscribe. We just hit 7,000 subscribers. Shout out to everybody that hit subscribe in the last week. Shout out to all my subscribers, but especially the people that subscribed within the last week, because you guys got me to 7,000. And we're going to keep it going. See how many we can get. But try and be a little bit more active on the channel and shit. Anyway, now I totally forgot what I was just talking about before. Damn it. Sober October is over, guys. That's not what I was talking about, but that's why I can't fucking remember what I was talking about. Damn, it's gonna piss me off too. And then I'm gonna watch it later and be like, oh yeah, I was talking about something. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. There it goes. I was talking about the numbers of the episodes. Sometimes when I put these episodes out, like one of my homies was asking me how the podcast is going. I'm like, oh, well, I think it's going pretty good. You know, I got people that listen to it, and that's all that matters. But it's not like crazy big numbers. I mean, it's not like my music really gets crazy big numbers either yet. But I just think about most of the podcasts that I started listening to were well in their hundreds of episodes before I caught wave of them and started listening. So I'm not really too concerned about getting like big numbers on it, as long as it's the people that fucking care to listen to me ramble for an hour and what I have going on in my life. And so yeah, shout out to you guys for listening. And we hit 7,000 subscribers. I was saying that in the last episode. We're almost there. We fucking made it. So that's awesome. So yeah, Sober October is over, guys. I guess I'll tell my story about smoking weed for the first time after a month. Yeah, let's just talk about that, I suppose. So if you guys have been following the podcast, I did this little Sober October thing, which I did last year as well, but did it again this year. Didn't smoke weed for a month. Didn't drink alcohol, which I don't really drink too much, so that's pretty easy. But the smoking weed thing, you know, yeah, stopped smoking weed for a month. And so Halloween came around this year, and last year I waited till, after midnight on Halloween to smoke weed again. So I was going to do that again this year. And also, since we're talking about Halloween, I'm just going to sidetrack this again with the rap I put out. I might as well talk about that first, because we'll try and go in order a little bit. So yeah, it was Halloween day, and last year I put out a song on Halloween, and this year I was like, man, I'd really like to have something else to put out, today on Halloween. And I didn't really have anything. But then I had this idea, which I've actually had the idea to rap on that beat, the Billie Eilish, All Good Girls Go to Hell. All the Good Girls Go to... It's one of those, you know what I mean? But that's like my favorite song from her. It's actually the song that made me kind of like her. And the beat is really good. And I've kind of had that idea to rap on that song. Maybe had like 2 lines, but nothing really crazy. And so the day of Halloween, I'm like, well, if I could maybe put that out, like if I could write something to that, record something, film it all in the same day, because that's how I fucking like to do things, apparently. If I could do that, it would be cool. So yeah, that's what I did. All in the same day, wrote the rap, somehow memorized it enough to record it, and film the video for it, which that's why my eyes are closed in a lot of that video, because I'm like trying to remember the words and shit. I just wrote them like right before recording it, but I felt productive because I was like, damn, I fucking wrote the rap, recorded, filmed the video, edited, all that shit, and put it out in the same day. Got it out on Halloween. So if you guys didn't hear it, go check that out. All the Good Girls Go to Hell freestyle. Kind of had a little Halloween like vibe to it. Just the title and the tone of the song, I guess. I don't know. So yes, I did that, and I wasn't expecting to. I did not plan to put that out on Halloween, and like when I recorded the last episode, or I would have told you guys. And I didn't. So it just was kind of spontaneous, just off the dome, you feel me? And shout out to everybody that's listened to that. Now, back to the story everybody's waiting for. Not just the fucking me getting high story. So yeah, fucking put that rap out, and then waited till midnight, met up with one of my homies, and we didn't really even do shit. We just fucking went to his house and smoked weed. But tell you what, that was about all I could fucking manage to do anyway. So I go to kick it with my homie. We roll up this big joint, and we start smoking. I waited till after midnight. I was that dedicated. And we start smoking this joint, and I take a couple hits. I'm like, and I'm a day, like before this month, like I smoke weed every day. Like this is like smoking weed to be normal almost. And so yeah, anyway, we're smoking this joint, and I take a couple hits. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Take a couple more hits. I'm still good. Then about halfway through the joint, I'm like, I don't think I should keep smoking this. I should probably tap out halfway through this joint right now. And then, of course, I didn't, because, where's the fun in that? So I smoked the whole fucking joint with my homie, and by the end of it, I was like, yep, should have tapped out fucking halfway through, because I am too fucking high. And it was not good, guys. It was it was fucking uncomfortable, and I don't know how much I even enjoyed it. It was a fucking experience. I was like, yeah, just way too high. We were watching fucking South Park, and I was like having a hard time like focusing on the TV or even comprehending what the hell was going on. I was too high. And so since then, like the next day I woke up and I was like, I don't fucking think I want to really I don't need to smoke weed right now. Like, I'm all right, let me recover. Fucking had a weed hangover and shit. And then, so again, at hella late at night, I smoked, like, not a lot. Like, I took one bong hit, and I'm, like, fucking having a panic attack, and my fucking heart starts beating all fast. And I'm like, what is going on, dude? Like, I fucking... It's almost scary, like how low my tolerance got after only like taking a month off. But so yeah, I was like kind of scared, dude. Maybe I was just nervous to start smoking weed again, and then that shit added up. But I was like, yeah, the first like 2 times I tried to smoke weed, after, sober October, I was not having a good time. And so it's a few days later now. I think it's like, I don't even know what day it is. Shout out to weed. It's the 4th. So it's been like, 4 days that I've been kind of smoking weed again, I suppose. And now I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things, I guess. And I've been smoking like just the littlest amounts that I can possibly smoke because I'm like, that's all I can fucking handle right now. And anyway, had some, getting this high kind of makes me rethink like how much I actually enjoy smoking weed. And it's like, do I have to build my tolerance like super high just so it's like, how much do I enjoy smoking it versus how much it's just a habit and something that I fucking, started doing. And that's what I mean is when you're just doing it to feel fucking normal, it's like not even, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I had a couple little thoughts with that, though, where I'm like, oh, yeah, if I keep getting this fucking high, I could definitely see it getting in the way of my productivity and my drive to do things. When I was sober, I'm like, yo, I need to, like, put my time into something and shit. And when I'm high, I'm just like, especially now, like, it's just a different thing. I could see why people that don't smoke weed, like, will smoke weed, like, every once in a while and just be like, I can't fucking handle it. I don't blame you guys. Jesus. But yeah, I could totally see me smoking less weed in the future. Just because I can definitely I don't know, and I did this last month too where I stopped smoking weed and I don't feel like I got this high when I start. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. And I just feel like now that I'm trying to get back into it, I'm like, is this shit even like worth getting back into? It's like, oh yeah, like I like the idea of being able to smoke weed, but like when my homie was giving me shit at the show for not being able to smoke weed with him, I would have liked to do that. But if I would have done that, if I would have smoked weed with him at the fucking show, it would have been all bad. I wouldn't have been able to perform. I would have just been fucking having a panic attack at the damn concert. So I'm glad I didn't do that. But yeah. And I just, it was nice to be clear-headed for a little bit, for a month, and kind of just not be thinking like I am right now. But yes, I could definitely see me smoking less weed in the future. Of course I love it and all that, but it's just kind of, I was super productive when I wasn't smoking weed. Shit, I put out 2 raps. I was just talking, I did that one shit in a fucking day. I was doing a lot. Or at least I was thinking I was doing a lot. I was putting my mind on a lot. And last couple of days, I've just been fucking smoking weed. Not really. I actually haven't been smoking that much weed, but I have smoked weed the last 3 days, and I'm just like fucking not doing anything. So I was like, well, I should do this podcast because, well, actually, I need to do the podcast because it's Monday, as it always is when I'm recording this episode, because that's how I do it over here on Off the Dome with Dome's Gage. We record it the same day. But, yes. Felt like I needed to be productive, and I wasn't going to smoke weed before doing this episode. However, sometimes things change, plans go the other way. And I smoked some weed, and it's got me all over the place. So even right now, I'm like, yeah, probably shouldn't have smoked weed before doing this episode. When it was like, I smoked weed for the first 10 episodes. No, 10 episodes? How many have we done? 14? 9 episodes? Something like that? Whatever. So yeah, I would definitely not write, record, and fucking edit a verse in one day if I keep getting this high. Like, I'm going to have to build my tolerance up for another fucking 11 months before I can, like, and I don't think that I have that kind of time to waste. I need to get shit done. I need to finish this damn EP that I keep fucking talking about on this podcast. And we've made a little bit of progress with it, but I need to finish it up. And now we're really, approaching the deadline. We're in crunch time. Like I said, before the end of the year, it's fucking November. So I don't think I can keep getting stoned like this and fucking finish what I need to finish on it, be as productive as I need to be right now, because I'm getting just too high. And it's like, it's not, like I said, last couple of days I've been a lot more, I'm not freaking out and I'm a little bit more used to it. But those first 2 days, I'm like, shit, dude, that was fucking, it was something different. Fucking, yeah, anyway. I could see myself just not smoking weed every day, honestly. And I don't know the last time I've ever said that or if I've ever said that. But I could definitely see myself like just chilling out, dude. I've been smoking weed since I was so fucking young. And of course it was nice to, celebrate that, I went the month or whatever, but it does, affect how I look at it for the future. And how long are we in here? Like 16 minutes. Don't have much to talk about today, guys, but that's when do I ever? That's every damn episode. So yeah. Fucking off the wagon back is it off the wagon? On the wagon? No, I think it's off, right? That would make sense to be off the wagon. Anyway, it's fucking it's an odd ass term for to be back smoking weed. I don't know where the fuck what I'm trying to go for there. So yes, EP. That's I need to really wrap my head around finishing that. And tell you what, if I can't focus watching fucking South Park, I can't focus trying to mix my goddamn music, mix my own voice. It sounds fucking, I don't know, guys. And so yeah, we'll see how this goes in the future if I decide to keep I just really like have been thinking about that since I started smoking weed again and got way too high. I was like, fuck, do I even like really want to keep doing this? I felt okay for the month, and usually I don't. Like, the first week was super bad, but once I got over that first week, I was like, no, I feel actually nice to be fucking sober for once. And then I just blew it. Smoked a fat joint with my homie, which is all I could fucking handle. I probably, like I said, could have tapped out halfway through. Could have tapped out after the first hit probably, but, didn't. And, I got too fucking high and was like, dude, I don't know about this. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Just try and fucking move on. I need to fucking talk about something else here, even though probably don't have much to talk about. I was trying to do like a half an hour before we get into these questions, but brain's not working today. What the hell else happened this week? I've just been stoned. No, yeah, I'm just, there you go, guys. How about that fucking dead air? Fucking love it. Best content ever on this podcast. So yes, I'm just gonna cut this out probably, me blanking out. Nah, it'll be funnier if I leave it. But I don't want to just keep talking about getting high. I don't have that many stories about it. Didn't do shit for Halloween. Didn't dress up. I didn't go anywhere. I just went to my homie's house. And got too damn high. And what the fuck else did I do? What else was I going to talk about on this damn podcast? Buck, this is where you're supposed to step in and say something, dog. This is where you're supposed to help me out. When I'm too high to fucking talk on the damn podcast, you're supposed to help me and say something. I told KON that I want him to do Buck's voice, and he was totally down. I also told him about the joke at the end of the last podcast that made me fucking laugh about having him sit here with the table in his mouth. Anyway, any fucking way. So yes, what else did I do since the last podcast? I went to IKEA with my family for the first time. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it was the first time I ever went there. And, I was walking through the fucking place and I'm like, oh, I just feel like these are all like little TV sets, little like TV show, sets that you film a damn TV show on. And, I was talking in one of these episodes about, trying to direct things, and that's something I want to do, fucking write some short films. But then when I was in IKEA and I was looking at all this shit, I was like, dude, it would be so fucking funny to film a music video in here and use all of the sets as my backdrops, as my scenery. And then I was like, but shit, there's fucking price tags on everything. That might look funny. But then I was also like, no, that would look hella funny if the price tags were there and you could see it, and I used that to my benefit. But yeah, I don't know. I was in IKEA and fucking I thought it would be hella funny to try and shoot a music video in there. The workers, there was like 4 people that worked in that huge ass fucking store, and they didn't seem to fuck with us at all. So I'm like, oh, we could easily pull out the camera real quick and shoot some shit. And I could just like dress up as different characters in every scene. I'm gonna have to bring a lot of outfits to IKEA, but I don't know. Thought that would be funny, so that was something I wrote down to talk about on the podcast, and so there it is. Talked about it on the podcast. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do questions. Made it like 22, 23 minutes here. I think we'll just do questions. It's getting late anyway. I need to fucking edit this podcast. And that was something when I was sober, I was burning through the edits, getting them shits edited super fast. And now I'm gonna be sitting there all stoned, like fucking clicking away. So as long as this gets up on Monday, I did my fucking job. But yeah. This episode has too much fucking blank space, blank air, dead air, whatever. What am I talking about? Best content ever. Okay. Pulling up the questions. Hope this podcast is somewhat fucking entertaining this week. And it probably won't be, but it's okay. I'll be all right. The next episode will be better. I'll try not to get too stoned before recording. I'll try my best, and my best is all I can try. I don't know what the fuck that means. Okay. Man, I really wish Buck was just fucking able to say things and help me out in my time of need. But I had to do this episode, guys, because if I didn't do this fucking episode, then I would have no episode for today. So I figured a stoned episode is better than no episode. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm proving myself wrong here. Okay, hot dog kisser, we're going to answer your questions because you keep leaving them, and I appreciate it. Hot dog kisser, big part of the podcast. I think I told them that on Instagram one time. I was like, no, you're part of the podcast now. With all these questions, we got to figure out how to do the voice calls just so Hot Dog Kisser can call every week or like a voice message or some shit so he can really ask the questions. Then I'll play them in the podcast, and I don't know, comments work too, I guess. Anyway, Hot Dog Kisser asks, oh shit, hold on, let me fix the camera. See, I'm not even tripping on the camera this week, guys. It's like last week I was all fucking tweaking out over the camera fucking up. I'm like, oh shit, the camera stopped recording. This week is just no fucks in the world, dude. I don't care. I'm just like, all right, camera, you work on your own time. I'll be over here doing the podcast. And when you want to work, it's all good. It's all good. Doesn't, the show must go on. The change of attitude is fucking night and day. All right. Sorry, Hot Dog Kisser, we're back to your questions. Hot Dog Kisser asks. God damn it, camera. Okay, apparently I was lying. Because I just got upset at the camera right there when it cut out. Hot Dog Kisser asks, what rap label would you sign with? Oh, we're going to get into some actual rap talk here. No, probably not that much. What rap label would I sign with? That's probably, I don't know, it's a good question. I'm assuming you don't mean like fucking major labels, because that'd be like, I'm assuming you mean something smaller like a Dreamville or a TDE or, like an independent label, Strange Music or something like that. And honestly, I don't really think about these things. I don't really care right now where in the position I'm at that I'm like, oh, what label would I, want to be with right now? I'm just trying to build the fan base and, build the product, I guess, that would make any of these labels interested in the first place. I gotta have something that benefits, it has to be mutually beneficial, I think, in a lot of these situations. But then again, I don't know that. But I fucking like Dreamville a lot, as you guys probably can tell. A couple months I did fucking 3 raps over their beats because I love their album so much. And I just fuck with their roster. I like every artist on Dreamville, and TDE is very much the same way. I like every artist that's on there, and just really good independent labels. So that's like, some more, a little bigger, a little bit more mainstream. But shit, I would probably go Dreamville, although I don't know that the long hair white kid from Vegas is necessarily what they're trying to, put on their label. But like, shit, holla at me if so, because I'm here. Yeah, there was just a festival out here in Vegas called Day in Vegas. It's like, there's like a big festival, which I'm not sure exactly where it is. It's called Day and Night Festival, and they did like a Vegas edition, and it was called Day in Vegas. And of course I didn't go because I'm too fucking broke to spend hundreds of dollars on concert tickets to go see festival sets. But yeah, like all of Dreamville was there, and a lot of really, really tight artists that I would have liked to see were there. But festival sets are weird anyway. You get like, shorter sets, and it's not like as not intimate, that's not the right word, but yeah, they're not as cool as I went to Life is Beautiful one day, 1 year, and the set, the performances, I've seen like the same artists actually do a show, and they do like 15 minutes at a festival. They do, an hour at their own shows and shit. So anyway, I did want to go though, because there was a lot of cool shit there. And that was this weekend, and I didn't go, and I saw people posting about it, and I was like, you bastards. You bastards. No. But yeah, probably I would love to work with any fucking artist that wants to work with me, dude. Any label that wants to talk to me right now, fucking let's do it. I'm open for the conversation. But I think I could possibly fit in well with that, with the Dreamville stuff. So, I doubt that anybody from Dreamville is watching this podcast, but if so, fucking hit me up, dog. Hit your boy up. So, Hot Dog Kisser also asks, what's your funniest KON memory? Dude, it was too many. I've known KON since I was fucking 13 years old. Like, every time we hang out, there's some sort of fucking obnoxious shit that we do or talk about. What's my funniest KON memory, though, that I can, like, think of that has a story behind it, or, like, there's so many. Down to, like, I guess those aren't really funny, us getting arrested, or, I mean, me getting arrested, and that's a story for another day. I'll wait till KON's on the podcast to talk about that one. Okay, I don't know how much of a story it is, but which me and KON were just talking about this the last time we talked, one of the fucking hardest times that me and him have ever fucking laughed. And this is when I was talking about it in, one of the last episodes about, writing like a comedy sketch for me and him to do. And this was when I was like, all in my movie director mode, where I was like, oh, I'm going to film a movie. And then I was like, well, if we want to do a movie, we better start with one scene. And so I wrote this comedy sketch for us, and I printed out fucking flyers, or not flyers. I printed out the script, and I gave it to him. He fucking went, memorized his lines, came back, and we were practicing it. And we were fucking crying, laughing, just like running this shit back and practicing this script that I wrote or whatever. But then that like inspired this whole like fucking tangent of other joking scenarios that it's like it's kind of hard to even say what it is without like, yeah, it's a long story what else we got into, but we went down some rabbit holes into some other scenes and shit, and just started fucking making each other laugh so fucking hard. And yeah, that's like recently, which is maybe like 3 years ago when we did this, 2 years ago. But even he was like on the phone the other day. I was talking to him. He's like, "Fool, it's the hardest I've ever fucking laughed." And I was like, I think maybe me too. And but there's a lot of shit, dude. Sometimes me and KON will just be watching like fucking random shit, old rap battles, and like pause the video on like a funny ass screenshot and just like won't stop laughing for fucking minutes. Just like we bring out the fucking silly in each other. And yeah. And speaking of bringing out the silly in each other, which sounds, anyway, it sounds a little weird when I say it that way. But I was talking about stand-up comedy and shit in one of these episodes, and I was telling KON that, and that's always something he's wanted to do as well. And so he's like, "Shit, fool, I'm so down to do it." So who knows? Maybe me and KON will fucking be the dynamic duo and try and do stand-up comedy. See how that goes. But anyway, Fucking KON. Yeah, I was gonna call him, but I know he's not gonna answer right now. He's probably at work. I was gonna call him for this question, hot dog kisser, and see what his funniest memory was. Guarantee he would say that though. That day was so fucking funny. But pretty much any time I hang out with KON is funny, so that's why our podcast chemistry was so good. Although I didn't really care for like most of the shit we were talking about, we would make each other laugh. Rhea has a question for me as well, which this one I don't really know how to answer, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try and think of something. Anyway, she asks, "What is one thing we don't know about you?" Which is pretty hard to answer, considering I feel like I've fucking talked about everything on this damn podcast already. I'm fucking open book on this podcast, man. I say every little story I can possibly fucking think of. And so I was thinking, I was like, oh, well, I said how I got my name. I said I got fucking kicked out of school and dropped out when I was young. I said, I feel like I say all the good stories that you would want to know, like that you might not know about me. I'm like fucking drawing a blank. What's something I've never said? I guess at least on the podcast. Dude, it's such a hard thing to think of. I used to skateboard, but I'm pretty sure fucking I have videos online and that I have maybe talked about that on the podcast before. I used to think I wanted to be a skateboarder until I got hurt a bunch of times and was like, no way, not for me. And then started rapping. I used to fucking be into punk rock. I used to play guitar and drums and used to be in a punk rock band for a little bit when I was like fucking like 10 years old. I was way too young, but you know, used to play instruments. Pretty sure I've talked about that though. Things you wouldn't know about me. Dude, I tell everything on this podcast. I talk about my goddamn doctor's visits on this podcast. There's not much I can hide at this point. Fucking, and also if it's something I want to hide, I probably shouldn't be putting it out into the fucking world on YouTube or on wherever you listen to podcasts. You know, that's my own doing. So yeah, what else don't you know about me that's like exciting content? I'm drawing a blank, and the more I draw a blank, I'm just like, dude, I feel weird drawing a blank when I'm sitting here with a light and a camera pointed at me. And so yeah, I really don't know. Something that you wouldn't know. This sounded like a bad poem. What the fuck am I doing? Sober October is over, dude. And it shows. It shows. Yeah, dude, fuck. Shit, one thing you don't know about me, I get too fucking high apparently when I don't smoke weed for a month before. There's got to be something cool though that's like, what other stories have I not talked about? So that's like a fucking interesting thing. Buck, nothing? I haven't known Buck for that long. He probably doesn't have that many stories. All his stories are just like, dude, you just sit here and ramble and fucking fuck up your podcast and then yell at the camera. And Buck just, he's got nothing for me. Dude. Yeah, I don't fucking know, dude. I don't have many secrets, I don't think. But who knows? Maybe next week I'll be like, oh shit, I could have said that and I didn't. But couldn't think of it. Drawing a blank. And this is definitely the shortest episode that I've ever done. I was just looking like, wait, how long have I been going? Oh shit, that's only 40 minutes. I fucked up, man. Usually, man, I fucked up. It's way too short. I feel like I have to talk about something else. Now. Fucking A. Go back to EP talk for a second, I suppose. Try and kill some more fucking time. Let me know in the comments below if you're excited for new music, if you're excited to hear new music and are fucking tired of hearing me ramble on the podcast for an hour and just want new music from me. I need some more incentive to finish it. You know, I need some more fucking, some gas, need some fuel to the fire so I can get this shit done and, put it out and have a date in my head that I'm planning to fucking stick to. And I probably can't be getting this high, if I plan to finish it. So, I might need to take a step back for a second. At least I know I can. I did it for a month. But yes, the new music, the new EP, just, leave a comment, say, hell yeah, I'm excited for new music, or, can't wait for the EP, or whatever you're talking about. Because you guys on the podcast are the only people that know about this so far. Have not promoted it to Instagram or, nowhere else online yet. And I won't until it's just about to happen. Until I can really, give them the release date and all that. So, yeah. You guys are getting the exclusives. Yeah, this is I'm trying to kill some time here because I don't want this episode to be that short, but then again, I'm thinking, could be worse. It doesn't have to be that long. I don't got nothing else, dude. I don't got nothing else in my notes. Nothing else that I need to be fucking talking about right now. So, we're just going to end this with being the shortest episode of Off the Dome with Dome's Gauge there is so far. That's fine. It's, that's fine. Next week, I'll try and fucking not get as high, and I'll try and prep a little bit more for these damn episodes because they were going okay. I had a little bit more to talk about last week, last few weeks. They were going okay. And then I was smoking the joint with my homie, and literally like halfway through, I looked at that shit and said, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." I was fucking smacked. And I'm like, it's not even like anything compared to how it was the first day I smoked weed. But I'm still like, even still, it's a little too much for me, as you guys can fucking tell in this episode. So yeah, next week I probably won't smoke any weed before. And fucking A. You get what you get. You win some, you lose some. Something like that, right? domesgauge.com/shop for the merch. Get you a motherfucking t-shirt. Should probably do like a Black Friday sale or something. I need to get some more shirts made, actually, but I still have some, so, hit up the shop for the merch. And who knows, maybe we'll think about doing some kind of sale. I need to get some more designs. I need to get some more shit done. And I don't see it happening with me being this goddamn stoned all the time. And when I tell you I've smoked the littlest amount of weed that I possibly could these last few days, I mean the littlest amount, dude. Like, I'm like, fuck, man, act like you've been here before. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus H. All right. Is that his? I'm pretty sure. I don't fucking know. I don't know enough about that. And I'm not cutting any of this shit out. All the blank space, all the time that I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to cut this out. Not going to cut it out. I'm leaving it all. Don't give a fuck. You get what you get. It is what it is. So yeah, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here. I could ramble for another 10 minutes if I really, really tried, but I don't know what kind of fire. I don't know if any gold will come out of it. It'll probably just be me rambling for another 10 minutes. So let's end it while we're somewhat up, somewhat ahead, which I don't think I'm not up by much, if any. I'm down, matter of fact. I'm gonna listen to this episode and fucking hate it, but it's all right. Like I said, it's all right. Sometimes there's shitty episodes of podcasts. I plan to do hundreds of them, as I was saying earlier. So, yeah, this has been the shortest episode of Off the Dome with Dome's Gauge. We're going to wrap it up here because I'm fucking too high to function. No, that's not really the case, but I am, a little too high to think. And I don't have shit to think about. I got shit to talk about. So, it is what it is. Buck, you got anything for the people? Buck just wants me to shut the fuck up already. He's like, dude, you're fucking stoned. Shut up. So I'll take that advice, Buck. This has been episode 14 of Off the Dome with Dome's Gauge. Make sure to hit that like button, the thumbs up, down there. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to keep them going. Although we did just hit 7,000, so thank you guys for that. But we're trying to keep it going. Rate and review on Apple or whatever. If you listen to it on Spotify, I don't really know what you can do. I don't really know how that works. But, just listen to it. That's all that matters. So if you somehow made it through this fucking awful episode, I salute you. Thank you. We'll be back next week for another one. A better one, hopefully, than this one. We'll be back next week. That's all I know. I can't make any promises. Peace.